currently we're in our wet season, so flying these things at the moment are probably not going to happen for some time, and build-wise we're struggling to get some builds happening at the moment in between moving house and that sort of thing. So not a great deal I can really do on my channel at the moment, so I thought, what can I do? I'm thinking I might do a few little series videos, mainly focused for the beginner who's trying to get into FPV flying and wants to look at how we do things with our goggles and all the bits and pieces that goes into a craft like this that's suitable for either long range or speed flying. This series is going to be built mainly to help the new pilots out to fly safe and to teach them a bit about what's required if you want to get into FPV flying. So this will be the first episode of the series. The series is going to be called FPV Fundamentals. It's a little series, like I said, is designed to help understand the core of modern flying FPV, using a bit of a step-by-step guide. So what we're going to do in this first one, we're going to start with the heart and brain of every FPV aircraft, and that is the flight controller. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it does and why you need one and how to keep your plane flying smooth and safe. So what exactly is a flight controller? So in simple terms, it's an onboard computer that acts as the brain of your FPV craft. It constantly reads data from sensors like your gyro, accelerometer, barometer, compass and GPS, and makes thousands of calculations every second to keep your plane stable, flying correctly to your controls. When you make a control input, let's say left banking, your transmitter sends a signal to the receiver, which passes it to the flight controller. The flight controller then combines your command with real-time sensor data and decides how much to move each servo or motor to achieve that motion smoothly. So without a flight controller, your plane would respond directly to your sticks, so every gust of wind or any turbulence would throw it around. You would have to correct anything that it does. With a flight controller, you get smooth locked-in feel that looks great for FPV flying and the video footage that you can produce. So let's break down how it actually works. Every flight controller has three key parts. Inputs, which is where your receiver connects. The flight controller reads your throttle, pitch, roll, and yaw commands through the inputs. The onboard processor constantly calculates how your aircraft is behaving using the sensor data, things like angle, rotation, and speed. Outputs, finally it sends corrected signals to your servos and ESCs, controlling the ailerons, elevator, rudder, and throttle. This closed feedback loop is happening hundreds of times a second. That's what gives your plane stability, smooth flight paths, and autopilot features such as return to home. Now let's talk about sensors that make all this possible. So all these flight controllers here, they have a gyroscope. This measures how fast your plane is rotating, roll, pitch, and yaw, etc. There's also an accelerometer in here. It detects the changes in direction and helps your flight controller keep your aircraft nice and level. There's also a barometer, measures air pressure to estimate altitude. There's a magnetometer, also known as a compass, which tells the flight controller which direction the plane is facing. And you've also got your GPS, which will connect into the flight controller, which tracks your position, speed, and heading. That's crucial for navigation, return to home, and all waypoint missions. When these sensors work together, the flight controller builds a constantly updating 3D picture of your aircraft's motion and position. That's what allows features like your cruise mode, position hold, and auto launch to work. Modern firmware like INAV give us multiple flight modes to choose from. Let's run through the most common ones for fixed wings. Manual mode. Your inputs go straight to the servos. The flight controller just passes a signal straight through, full control and no stabilization. This is a mode more for advanced pilots. Angle mode or stabilize mode. The flight controller limits how far the plane can tilt and automatically keeps the wings level. This is the mode that you would choose if you're a beginner. Horizon mode blends manual control with self-leveling. You can still do rolls and loops, but the flight controller recovers when you let go of the sticks. Cruise mode locks in your heading and altitude, ideal for long distance FPV flights. And return to home, or RTH is what it's also known as. If your craft loses signal or failsafe is triggered, the flight controller will use the GPS to turn around and automatically return to your launch point. There are other modes such as acro mode as well, and a few other modes also you can choose from, which we're not going to go through in this video. But these flight modes are what makes INAV so powerful. You get the freedom of manual flight with the safety net of automation. So why does all this matter? Because a flight controller doesn't just make flying easier, it makes it safer and smarter. You can monitor your battery voltage, GPS coordinates, airspeed, and even signal strength, all live through your on-screen display. You can also record flight logs, fine-tune how your plane responds, and even enable full autopiloted missions. And best of all, with open source systems like INAV, you can customize everything to suit your flying style. So that's what a flight controller actually does. It's a brain that keeps your FPV plane stable, smart, and under control. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to Stone's RC channel, and don't miss the next episode in FPV Fundamentals series, where we're going to dive into INAV versus Betaflight and Ardupilot to find out which firmware is really best suited for fixed wings. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.